日本時間6日、ドジャースの大谷翔平が1番指名打者で先発出場し、今季初となる1試合2本塁打を記録しました。初回、カブスの今永昇太と対戦すると、フルカウントからの7球目、高めの直球を捉えました。打球は角度20度の鋭いライナーとなってライトスタンドへ到達。打球速度100等点2マイル、約177キロの豪快な先頭打者本塁打で先制点をもたらしました。5回には中前打を放ち、早くもマルチ安打を記録。1対7で迎えた7回には、マンシーのスリーランで3点差に詰め寄った直後、西一塁で大谷に打席が回りました。大谷は右腕ゼファジャンの4球目、外角低めのスイーパーを捉え、逆方向へ運ぶこの日2本目の本塁打を放ちました。試合前には、カブスの Pca ことピート・クロー・アームストロングとの MVP 争いも話題となっていました。アームストロングは第5打席までに2本塁打を含む3安打4打点を記録。一方の大谷も3安打3打点と譲らず、両チームの1番打者が激しい MVP 争いを繰り広げました。両者による白熱した競演を受け、試合後には多くの関係者が大谷とクロー・アームストロングについて言及しています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Drills this ball, deep right field. Suzuki watches it fly. Leadoff home run, Shohei Ohtani. Good at bat, great finish. 25th for Ohtani.
How about Shota coming up and in first pitch? And Shohei Ohtani just looking back at his friend, smiling, and then locks in to this at bat. The biggest thing for me were the takes prior to this to get a pitch, elevated fastball. We talked about it coming in. Imanaga, if he misses with that, it goes a long way. And off the bat from Shohei, getting the Dodgers on the board immediately.
11 of the 25 for Ohtani this year have been game opening sparks, leadoff home runs. Within 3 of Mookie Betts for the franchise record. On this 2-1, Shohei pokes it to left field. Happ's going back on the track. He turns. It's gone! And it's a 1-run game. Wow! Keep on going, Shohei. You get all 4. 7-6. Second home run of the game, 26th of the year for Ohtani. And what do we have here? Dodgers roaring to life.
Late in the game, too, we've seen all the offense come in this series early in the game. Shohei Ohtani, we saw the pulled home run in his first at-bat. A beautiful job on the sweeper. I think he didn't know if it was a double or a home run as he stopped at second. Just an opposite field shot.
So Imanaga facing the Dodgers here today, and Shota going up against one of the better lineups in all of baseball. Ohtani up top, he's the DH, followed by Andy Paez and Freddie Freeman. Edman, who is so dangerous when he's hitting right-handed, that'll be the case today. For Dave Roberts, it'll be Kyle Tucker, then Mookie Betts. Muncy Rojas, one of their World Series heroes, he'll start at second base, and Hunter Fiducia will do the catching.
Well, always fun. We'll see Shohei versus Shota here. As you would expect, a lot of Japanese media in town for this series.
Ohtani measuring out his spot in the batter's box, saying hello to pretty much everyone.
A bow from each. On guard.
And let's go. Imanaga in our first pitch of the game. And that's way high.
After the pleasantries, he buzzes his tower. Kind of a smirk from Ohtani.
Yeah. I think it was sort of a mock stare down.
It's really not that far in, but it was chin high. Ohtani doesn't really yield against left-handed pitching. He's hitting .296 against lefties with a .932 OPS. 10 of his 24 home runs have come against lefties, and I'm sure he sees a far number of more right-handed pitchers than lefties.
Payoff pitch. That is drilled right field, and it's gone. A line drive homer to right, and Ohtani gives the Dodgers a 1-0 lead on a 110.2 mile an hour missile.
He is so big and strong. He's had some hits in this series, but he hasn't been hitting the ball hard up until this point. This is just a misfire with that fastball. I think they're trying to go back out away from him, and he leaves it belt high over the middle of the plate.
Here's a 2-1. Happ is back, and that one is gone. Ohtani the other way, and that will draw the Dodgers within one as he'll finish his trot. He just reached out and poked it.
Yeah, that's the issue with Ohtani. He's so strong. You know, obviously a big, strong guy, long arms. You want to be able to tie up inside, but you can't just pitch him one way. So he tries a little backdoor slider here, and again, it's a flick of the wrist, but enough to get it out of here, barely. Well, what a nightmare that guy is.
Shohei Ohtani with 2 homers today. Pete Crow Armstrong 2 homers today. Back and forth they go in the National League MVP race.
Teammate Mookie Betts, Shohei with 29. He's 3 back of Mookie with those 32. The Carl's Jr. moment of the game is that Shohei Ohtani leadoff home run. We got to go Access 360 for this one, Adrian.
Yeah, let's go to Access 360 and take a look at this right here. He starts the game off with a fastball up, and then he makes a great pitch. Imanaga makes a great pitch down the way. Shohei does not want to offer that, and he gets a cutter middle that he's a little out in front of. Sweeper, great job staying alive right there by Shohei. Then he makes a really good job of taking a pitch just off the plate and a pitch up and away just off the plate. That sets him up for this 3-2 pitch. Imanaga is forced to come a little bit more over the plate, and the ball ends up being middle. And Shohei does a great job getting his foot down early, getting his hands above the baseball. And the reason why you have to get above the baseball against Imanaga is because he's got that extra life, the extra spin rate. And that's why Shohei hits the ball with a top spin right here. Only 20 degrees on the launch angle and 110 miles an hour off the bat. Just an incredible job getting his foot down, getting on top of that baseball, and hitting a line drive for a home run.
He is so good, man. He is so good. That was so impressive. He had another one late in the game, was even more impressive. Pull side, the other way, it doesn't matter. When he is on his A game, he is tough to pitch to, fun to watch.
Both Shohei Ohtani and Pete Crow Armstrong went 3 for 5. Both hit a pair of home runs. You see Shohei drove in 3, PCA knocked in 4 runs. Both of them scored twice. Speaking of Shohei Ohtani, he is speaking with Kirsten and the media.
Shohei, just considering what the last 6 games has looked like for this team, how big was that 8th inning for you guys to build something to hopefully bring into Game 1 of the Diamondback series?
6試合悪い流れで、8回結構点を取れたっていう意味ではなんかいい流れ、どのぐらい大事な場面だったんですかねと。
あっさり終わるよりはやっぱり次のシリーズもあって明日も休みがあるので、そこはかなり大きな違いかなとは思ってます。
It's a big difference, just heading into the off day, and obviously starting a new series against a new team. It's a big difference.
We're seeing the slug right now. How would you describe where your swing is at the moment?
長打が出始めてますけども、今スイングはどういう状態ですか？
よくはなってるかなとは思いますけどね。どっちも弾道低めでちょっとここ以外だったら入るかちょっとわからないような打球だったので、完全なホームランではなかったですけど、それでもいいコースに対してしっかり反応できているかなと思ってます。
Yeah, headed in the right direction. 2 of the homers were pretty low line drive homers, so I wasn't quite sure if it was going to go out of the park in some of the other stadiums. But definitely be able to, I think, drive the ball with the right angle is what I'm ultimately looking for.
Shohei, was it fun for you to go head-to-head against Pete Crow Armstrong? Obviously, you guys are having 2 of the best seasons in the National League, and you guys put on a show today. Was that anywhere in the back of your mind today?
PCA の活躍っていうのはショーの中でいい刺激になっている感じですかねと。
素晴らしい活躍だ、素晴らしい選手だと思うので、ただ自分のやることに集中したいなとは思ってますし、今打席中心ですけど、投げる方もねしっかりと早くいい状態で投げれるようにっていうのを毎日繰り返している感じかなと思います。
He's a great player, but I'm really focused on myself right now on the hitting side of things, and I'm really working towards hopefully getting back on the mound and just working on that side of the game as well.
Have you paid attention to the MVP race at all, and is that something that motivates you extra at all over the last couple months of the season?
MVP レースっていうのはその気にしていることなのかと。
あんまり今の段階で気にしてもしょうがないことではあるので、数字はこう上がったり下がったりするものですし、その時によって有利かどうかも変わってくるので、今は早く一刻も早く1勝して流れを止めるっていうのが最優先かなと思います。
Just not really. Just over the course of the season, there's a lot of ups and downs, and it's still a little too far away to think about that. So in a way, I think for me, it's more important for the team to win and for me to contribute to that win.
How is the knee feeling, and when do you expect to start playing catch again?
その状態はどうですかと、あとキャッチボール再開は。
ちょっとずつ良くはなってはいるので、プライオから始める、そして外に出てロングトスを始めてブルペンに入れるっていうのが、どのぐらいの期間でこなせるかは分からないですけど、焦って交代するよりはしっかり少しでも前進し続けた方がいいのかなと思ってます。
Yeah, it's getting pretty good day by day. It's hard to tell at this point what the schedule is going to look like because first I need to play, just do plyos and then go into long toss and then go into a bullpen progression. So rather than rush the progression of this, I would rather want to make sure that we're headed in the right direction, but making sure we're taking the right steps.
See, obviously, Shohei lead off the game, going deep, and then Pete beating up right away.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really appreciate the second one, even it up, but that's two great players. Yeah, that was they were kind of doing everything offensively for their teams for sure. Pretty impressive.
You talked about Shohei and Pete kind of putting on the show. Is it nice to see like somebody competing with Shohei for an MVP? You decided to watch it down the stretch.
As the Cubs manager, yes, that's absolutely it's absolutely a wonderful thing to say. Yeah.
Do you think voters have a really tough decision?
I think it's fun watching Pete have this season. How that all happens, I don't. Who knows? I think it's fun watching a player have this season, and we should. And it's a season you remember. You remember seasons like this. You cherish seasons like this from individual players. You just do. And that's the best part.
Your bullpen gave up runs for the first time in the homestand in the 8th inning. Is it amazing how well they pitched?
Yeah, if that's the case, yeah, that's pretty amazing. Look, kind of, the game was like you're winning 7-1, the wind's blowing out, you're playing the Dodgers, the world champs. Something's going to happen, and it's going to be tough to beat them. It's not going to happen easily. They got a couple guys on. They hit the right ball. All of a sudden, it's a game. Ohtani hits a great pitch. All of a sudden, it's a really close game, and you got to get some big outs. And that's how it's supposed to work. That's how it was going to work. When it was 7-1, that's how it was going to work.
How well did you today?
I thought Shota pitched really well. I think the big thing was like no walks on a day like today with the wind blowing out. He had to make some big pitches. There were some men on base. He gave up some hits, but the no walks I think was really important. And they battled him on some at bats, and they made him work on some at bats as you'd expect. But to get 5 innings and 1 run, I thought he pitched really, really well and continued what he's been doing.
Because that is when a guy is fully dug in and invested, just like Shota Imanaga was today. Let's get to our insurance play of the game, presented by Insure on the Spot. And the throwing philosopher, he was absolute filth over his last few outings. That's all you can say about him. 2 or fewer runs in 9 of his last 10 starts. The numbers, they continue to trickle downward with each and every single outing. A minuscule 1.77. So let's ask the philosopher himself, along with Edwin, what was working for him today?
大谷選手との関係もある中で、彼の頭付近のボールで、ちょっとリアクションありましたけど、そのリアクションで 山永選手からなんかリアクションを得ろうとしていましたかと。
まあ、純粋に初球ちょっと力が入りすぎて投げミスしただけのボールなので、まあ、特に、なんかそこでコンタクトを交わしたわけじゃないですけど、まあ、僕も驚いたし彼もまあびっくりしたんじゃないかなと思います。
Yeah, you know, that first pitch, or the pitch that I missed, you know, I think I was a little too tense, and I just missed my spot, and, you know, I think he was surprised by it, and also I was surprised by it.
What was it like watching Shohei and Pete kind of match each other with what they were doing today?
その大谷選手と、まあ、ピート選手が、まあ、2人とも、まあ、今日の試合の流れで、まあ、1人がホームラン打ったらもう1人も打つっていう、そういうのを見てどう思いましたか？
まあ、お互いがスーパースターであるということをまた改めて証明したと思いますし、ピートがこうやってチームメイトにいるっていうのは僕自身も誇りなので、彼のプレーをそばで見れるっていうのはおそらく野球をやめた後にあんなすごい選手を一緒にやったんだなと感じると思いますね。
Yeah, you know, I think today just kind of showed that, you know, both of them are superstars. You know, especially Pete, you know, just being able to play with him, being teammates with him, I mean, that's such an honor. I think once I'm done playing baseball, you know, I'm going to, you know, talk about the fact that I got to play with such a great player.
What was the dynamic like as a baseball fan watching the Pete Ohtani show?
Yeah, it was pretty apparent from the start of the game, right? You know, obviously, you know, Ohtani is incredible in what he does, and Pete is too, and you know, Pete's definitely been our MVP and been at the heart of really carrying us through some stretches where a lot of us were struggling offensively, and he won some games single-handedly for us, and he doesn't always have to do that, but he can any day, and today was one of those days. They are a very good baseball team indeed, and I mean, I was telling Bruce outside, like it's great sweeping anybody. I think that's such a hard thing to do in this game, and you know, I mean, the third game always feels like the hardest, so absolutely grateful that Shota was on the mound and threw the way he did, but I mean, it's nice having a bounce back series against a team you know you only took one from previously, but just for the overall record this season and National League play, like that's awesome, sweeping a National League team, and but again, like sweeping anybody is absolutely something you want to do every series, and it's also very, very difficult to do, but they're a great team, and they're fun to play again.
Being a baseball fan, like, can you appreciate like the back and forth nature of the show kind of that you and Ohtani put on today for the fans?
When you're trying to win the ball game, no, not really. I think after that first homer, yeah, just for a second, only because you know, I feel like I had taken the first pitch of the game for the last couple weeks, and I felt like I was due to just try and get one off, and so I'd made up my mind 3 hours before that I was going to swing at the first pitch today if it was there, and yeah, I mean, he's so like 10 pitch at bat to start the game, finish it off with a 110 ball at 20 degrees is pretty ridiculous, but. I was joking with Dino after that because he was giving me some crap for not being able to play center field every day, and I was like, well, it took your guy 10 pitches, it only took me one, so but no, I definitely, you know, I just enjoy watching him play baseball, so I guess today for me what was cool was just getting to watch him from a different angle and not worrying about going and trying to catch balls that are hit at 1,000 miles an hour. But no, like during the game, I guess for a brief second maybe, but it's, you know, I'm at bat to bat at that point and just trying to get my mind right for each pitch.
What's it like thinking back maybe 10 years ago, you're playing in the backyard, you're thinking about being the best player ever in baseball, and now you're battling the guy who is the best player right now for an honor that I know it's not team-oriented, but it certainly has to be cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just think, simply put, like, just having your name in the same conversation as someone as profound as he feels. It's awesome, and it's a nice nod. So, you know, yeah, it's cool, but yeah, you mentioned the team thing. Like I would feel much more accomplished taking them down at some point, or you know, I want to see this group in October, because I think it'll be a dangerous group in the playoffs, and yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But you know, we got a big game tomorrow. Cease on the mound, I think, and that's another series win we need to go secure. So still taking it day by day, and just appreciating being out there against anybody.
I got to follow up though. At the All-Star game, you joked that you wanted to throw in, but maybe we all took it as a joke. Maybe you were.
No, there's absolutely some truth to that. Like I would be crazy to say that I don't want to win an MVP, but if we're talking about having priorities straight, like I think mine are pretty straight. It's not on the forefront of my mind. It's fun to joke about, and it's fun to acknowledge, and I think it's absolutely okay to pay attention to, but it's not like following me up to the plate. And yeah, I mean, I think if you guys want to talk about all this back and forth, like I really should go get in the lab and start pitching. Like I really should.